and welcome to another episode of Where's Neva? Where are you? I hope you are doing well. I'm sending you so much love, light, happiness, and reassurance. You are so powerful. You are so amazing. So this video is about 10 safety tips for you if you ever decide to go backpacking or if you're planning for a backpacking trip like now. So this is 10 safety tips, especially for a Black woman like myself, which I learned some safety tips along the way and some that I was prepared for. So you ready for 10 safety tips while I was backpacking?
Where is Neva? Where is Neva? Where is Neva? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she?
So family, when I decided I wanted to go backpack internationally, I was scared. The first time I solo traveled internationally, I had this huge suitcase. I overpacked. I packed too much stuff. I overpacked so much that I thought I lost something that I actually had. I was stressed. So my first solo international trip, I learned a lot. And I used what I learned that trip to help me with my backpacking trip to West Africa when I went out there for 2 months. When I backpacked, I made sure I did 10 things. Well, I made sure I did some of the 10 things, and then I learned a lot when I was along the way. And now I can tell y'all, so you won't make the same mistakes that I made. The first tip is to always let your family and friends know where you are. I know that sometimes you don't want people to know where you're at because people be nosy. And I was once that person. I did not want to share my location because I just was like, people are just going to be watching where I'm at and where I'm going and being all in my business. And I didn't care for people to be my business. But after my first incident of when I got threatened in Tanzania, I knew it was important to always have my location set. And so I shared my location with my mother, I shared my location with my sister, and I shared my location with some of my friends. And I don't care if they're nosy because I am important. And I think it's very important for they to know where my whereabouts is. And they also share their location with me. So I know where they at. So if they being nosy, I'm being nosy too. So share your whereabouts. Safety first, family. Especially if you out there doing backpacking and traveling solo. Let your people know where you at, okay? Keep all your important information close by or have it locked up somewhere. So like that passport, them IDs, them credit cards, some cash. Make sure you have it close. So I had a smaller backpack where I wore up front, and then I wore my bigger backpack on my back. The one I wore up front, I kept my personal items like my laptop and my different electronics that I needed, especially my credit cards, especially my passport, and those different items that if I lose it, I'm being some shit. So make sure you have that stuff close to you. And I made sure that I had it right here, because if somebody comes and try to snatch it, I'm right here. Okay, but when it's on your back, it's easier, like a crowded place, it's easier for somebody to come and just pickpocket. And I understand we want to trust everybody. I'm a person, I want to trust people because I feel like people got my best interest in heart. But unfortunately, that's not the world we live in. And there are amazing people in this world, but some people need it. And so they doing stuff out of need because we're in a world where a lot of people's needs ain't met, and I just need my personal important information close by. So make sure you have it either in a fanny pack, a smaller backpack. You can put it in a fanny pack and put it under like a sweater or something, or your t-shirt, but make sure that it's close by and close to your personal. Tip number 3. Now this one is very important because I messed up. The first time when I went on my 4-month international trip to East Africa, I messed up. In this trip to West Africa, my 2-month trip to West Africa, I messed up that time too, which was overpacking. Y'all, I had this big old backpack filled with stuff, okay? I needed this stuff, no doubt. but at the same time, it was so damn heavy. And I was traveling to Spain, I was traveling to Ghana, the Gambia, Senegal, and my backpack was so heavy and it was hurting my back. And the backpack is a carry-on, so I could have carried it on, but because it was so heavy, a lot of times I had to check that bag. And I was hot because I had to pay extra. So y'all, make sure you are not overpacking. Like, you really don't need much stuff. And I highly recommend that you pack light. Pack light. I did have to pack for different types of weathers because in Spain it was more cold in December. In Ghana, Senegal, and the Gambia, it was more hotter in December and January because that's more of their summer months. And so I had to pack for different weathers. That's not an excuse. I didn't have to overpack, but I did. So the most important things I would say is have some sandals, have some tennis shoes, have another pair of sandals maybe, or some boots, depending on the weather that you're going in. Make sure you have some sweaters. Make sure you have a turtleneck. Make sure you have a jacket, a lightweight and maybe a little heavier jacket. You can also stack your clothing, especially like when you're on the plane and stuff. But make sure, please, because we need our backs. And like I said before, check in. Where are you physically? And if our backs is bad, we ain't gonna be good. We gotta be elders, family. So make sure that we are taking care of our backs and not overpacking. Okay, because traveling with all that stuff had my back. Whew, I was in pain, y'all. So now I know, Geneva, you don't need all that stuff. You don't need all that stuff. Tip number 4, bring cleaning supplies. Yes, especially now with COVID going on, make sure you have some sanitizer, make sure you got some wipes, make sure you have some toilet paper, your mask, make sure you have that. Fortunately, COVID wasn't happening when I was traveling and backpacking, so I didn't need different stuff, but I kind of wish I did have masks and gloves and different things. But I did have detergent, and detergent is very important, especially when we are packing light. You need to hand wash like your underwear and different garments so that you ain't wearing the same stuff over and over again and it's stinking. You have to clean up and make sure that you're wearing the same stuff and smelling fresh. So make sure you got some sanitizer, make sure you got some detergent, make sure you have that stuff. Like when I was in Ghana, I had to hand wash some of my items. And because I had to hand wash my items, I was so happy that I had a little pack of a travel size of Tide where I was able to clean my stuff and take care of myself and make sure that I was clean. Because when you pack light, especially backpacking, you are going to wear the same stuff. And we're not walking around stinking. Our hygiene needs to be up there. So make sure you got your cleaning supplies. Make sure you got your floss. Make sure you got your toothbrush and your face wash and all the other cleaning supplies. Like your face mask and all that other stuff. Make sure you got that, okay? Promise me that, because we ain't stinking out here. Tip number 5. Research where you going. Research. Make sure you go on Google. Research everything. Research this video. I'm glad you're watching it. Research different things so that you know the rules of these countries. You know what to pack. You know the weather. Some countries have rules where they have dress codes. Like when I went to Rwanda, and I didn't have the right clothing because I had the small little backpack. I had these shorts on and I brought too much attention to me. I mean, I look good, but sometimes it's just too much. Okay, and so know where you're going and knowing to be respectful to these places, knowing if it's a Muslim country or whatever, make sure you do your research. I cannot say that enough. Make sure you do your research. Like I said, I made a mistake in not doing my research, and I got honked at. I got kids screaming across the street about the clothing I had on, and it didn't feel that great. They are looking. I have clothes on though. It didn't. So make sure you do your research. Make sure you have cover-ups if you do end up wearing something shorter than you're supposed to. Especially like if you go to a museum and let's say they have this dress code, you don't want to miss out on the opportunity because you didn't dress correctly. There's too much information out here to not know. So do your research and make sure you know what you're wearing. Make sure you are packing accordingly. Make sure you're just on top of things. All right? That's important. That's important. Tip number 6, pack some snacks. Pack some snacks, okay? Make sure you got you a little snacks to have in your little personal pocket right here. Because let's say it's a long day or you on a bus ride that's a long ride and you don't got no food. I did that, okay? And it was not the best. I did a road trip, a 26-hour road trip from Kenya to Rwanda, and we barely had any snacks, and I wasn't the happiest. So make sure you got some snacks so you can be able to do stuff that you really want to do. I don't think everybody's going to do a 26-hour bus ride, but when you got snacks, you're more open to doing more things and you won't be hangry, okay? Another thing is pack a water bottle. Like get you, I wouldn't say a big water bottle like this, but a smaller water bottle or something. Amazon has these water bottles where they compress, like you can fold them super tight and then you can make them big. All right, so get you one of those, get you different handy things that can help your journey be even more better. I have this neck pillow. It's amazing. It's amazing. All you got to do is blow it up and it has air in it, and then you can make it smaller by squeezing the air out and you can put it away. Get you a little blanket. Have you those towels that you can wring out and make it super small. And then if you need to stretch it out, it gets stretched out. Like those things are amazing. So tip number 6 isn't just about snacks. It's having all the little handy stuff. Okay. Get you some little handy stuff that can get smaller when it needs to be and get bigger. Like, I don't even know what would you Google? Compact water bottles, compact neck pillows, travel size blankets, travel water bottles. REI, oh my gosh. REI saved me so much. I went to REI and just bought different stuff because they have amazing things for you to go on road trips, for you to backpack and just hiking, camping, so much amazing things. So I would say go to your local nature store like REI and find different things to help you on your journey. Research. Tip number 7, your electronics. Like I said, make sure they're close by, but make sure you got a power bank. You don't want to be somewhere where your phone just dies. That ain't fun. That ain't fun. That is not fun. Okay? So make sure you got you a power bank or 2. I know when I was in London, my phone kept on dying. I was so glad that I had a friend who allowed me to use her power bank. And so make sure you have like a power bank. Make sure you have the USB parts that are compatible with electricity in whatever country you go to. Sometimes you need different wall ports. So make sure you have that stuff. That stuff is important. Tip number 8, keep some cash on you, not just your credit cards, okay? The reason I say this because I made a mistake And when I was in Tanzania, I only had my card. And I needed to go to the ATM to get some cash out. And so when I went to the ATM and I put my card in, I don't know what happened. I don't know if I forgot my PIN. But anyways, the ATM machine ate my card. And so I didn't have no money. And I was so mad. So what I advise, not only to keep cash on you, keep a debit card and a credit card. And make sure you do your research around your debit and credit card to see if there's any traveling fees. Because sometimes there's some traveling fees. And you listen, I'm a backpack and I'm a budget traveler. And I don't like to be charged extra for different stuff. So make sure you do your research around your bank and see what those travel fees are. There are some credit cards that don't have any travel fees. Those are amazing. And also some banks that don't have any travel fees. But make sure you have cash on you for sure, because there are places that do not accept card. Another story I have for you all is one day I was trying to get on an Uber. And in America, Uber is connected to your bank. And so it's easy to just grab that Uber, they take the money out of your account, and that's that. When I was in Tanzania, it wouldn't allow me to connect my bank to my Uber account. I had to pay in cash. And fortunately, I had the cash on me. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to use my account. So knowing to have cash on you is very important. It can save your life a lot of times. So make sure you have some cash on you, because there are places that don't take card. And make sure you have the right currency. Make sure you have that type of cash, not just any type of cash. Make sure you have the right currency. Tip number 9, try not to be flashy. Okay, I know we be trying to wear our nice jewels and our nice shoes and all that stuff, but when we are traveling, especially backpacking, you do not want to look like a tourist. You don't want to stand out. So I would say if you're wearing a necklace, make sure it's tucked in. If you are wearing some nice shoes, make sure you're only wearing it for certain occasions. I would highly recommend that you don't even bring your nice shoes, especially if you're backpacking. You do not need those. Okay, and for the most part, you're going to be wearing the same shoes. So bring very comfortable shoes. Like I had some flats, like Birkenstocks. Amazing. I really like Tevas. Tevas are amazing. They got little straps. Okay. What else do I like? I love just some plain old Nike, some tie-ups. Okay. And I also like me some sandals. And even if you don't pack as much, know that you can get some of this stuff when you're traveling. Right? So save some room in your bag for things that you pick up. And also you can trade stuff sometimes. And sometimes you can barter. And sometimes you can borrow. Okay? You can borrow from people. I borrow some clothes from my friends. So make sure that you are just not being flashy. You can look good without wearing all your golds. Okay? You can look good without wearing your nicest shoes. You can look good because you look good. That's it. That's it. You look good already. You look good in your pajamas, in your bonnets. Because I know I do. The last world tip is 10. And this one is so important. So important. On my solo trip through East Africa, I would say I wasn't really listening to my intuition that much. Tip number 10 is listen to your intuition. Listen to your guts. Listen. And I would say that I didn't listen to it because I didn't trust it as much. But during my solo trip, I was learning how to listen to her more. Solo trips will make you do that. Backpacking will make you listen to your intuition more. And it's important. It's not even important. It's not just important when you're traveling. It's important on a daily thing. Listen to your intuition. Your intuition can save you from a lot of things. Your intuition knows a lot of things. Listening to your body will teach you a lot about yourself, will teach you a lot about other people, will teach you when to distance or even get close. Listen. I feel like that's one of the strongest tips is listening to yourself. You know a lot of your answers. You know every answer. You know what's best for you. Nobody knows you the way you know you. Let me say that again. Nobody knows you the way you know you. Nobody knows you the way your body knows you. Your intuition is so powerful. And being clear on your intuition will save you from so much stuff. And understand what's talking. Is it your intuition or is it your fear? And if you really sit and listen, you will know. When you really sit and ask yourself questions, you will know. That's why I say check in with yourself. You know the answers. So listening to your intuition, listen to that gut feeling, listening to your body, you know. And that's one of the most important tips, rules ever in life, period. It's the most. Listen to your intuition. So let me go back to all the tips, okay? Tip number 1, let your family and your friends know your whereabouts. It's okay being nosy. Let them know. Let them know. Tip number 2, keep all your important information close by. Your passport, your credit card, your debit card, all of that stuff. Keep it close by. Your laptop, your electronics, keep it close by. Tip number 3, do not overpack. Do not. Pack light. Pack light. Okay? Erykah Badu told us to pack light, and I will second that. Make sure you pack light. It is important. Tip number 4, bring cleaning supplies. Make sure you got some detergent to wash your drawers. Make sure you get you a little soap so you can wash your armpits when you need to. Okay? Tip number 5, research. Do your research. Know where you're going. Know the weather. Know the rules. Know all that stuff so that you won't be in some shit that you don't need to be in. Okay? There are places with different rules that are not the same as America or wherever you're from. So make sure you do your research. Tip number 6, get all the small little necessities like snacks, a little water bottle that you can compact, a neck pillow, traveling stuff, whatever. Get what you need. Make sure you got your medicine, all the little small necessities. Make sure you got that. Tip number 7, make sure you got your electronics. Make sure you got your camera. Make sure you got your power bank. Make sure everything is charged and prepared. Tip number 8, keep that cash on you. Hey, keep that cash on you. Hey, keep that cash on you. Keep that. Yes, keep that cash on you because you don't know when you need some cash. Make sure you got that cash on you. Tip number 9, try not to be flashy. I know you want to wear your golds, your girls, but do not wear them. Okay? Do not. It's not that serious because you don't want somebody to come in and knock your mouth in. That stuff be happening. Tip number 10, the most important one, listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. Listen to that gut feeling. Listen to yourself. You know the answers. Family, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Where is Neva? Those are my 10 tips on your backpacking trip, especially being a Black woman. Those are my 10 tips. Please go out and see the world. Please go backpacking. Please go traveling. Please go hiking. Please go see the world. It's so beautiful. The world is gorgeous and you need to be in it. It's even more gorgeous when you are there. I love you, family. Thank you for coming to another episode. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Where is Neva? Where